Hello.
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 How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. I like your guys' ties.
Thank you.
Thank you. We
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come on our show.
Of course, definitely. Thank you for having me.
So we're gonna dive right into the questions.
Okay.
What was your reaction when you defeated Kelly Valdez to become the West Region Titan?
I was really excited to be the Titan of the West, to have a challenge against her. I already knew she ran it and she had a little bit of experience. So for myself going up to her, I knew that she was going to have a little bit of edge over me. So to actually win and beat her, it was a really kind of relieving feeling.
Okay. I see that you own a winery company. How do you balance working at your winery and training for the Titans?
It's a lot. I have to balance a lot of in my schedule. It's all about time management and time priority. So making sure that I was putting time in for training. I would schedule like 2 to 3 hours a day for that to make sure I was working towards that goal. But at the same time, the rest of the day was dedicated to the business. So I found for myself, if I put my training at the front of my day, then the rest of the day I could work on business. And if I had projects come up last minute, I could make sure I fit them in by the end of the day.
How have you been training to compete in the CrossFit Games that begin in less than a month?
So I'm not competing for the CrossFit Games this year. Leading up to previous games, it was kind of a year-long training where you segmented a lot of strength components, cardio, a lot of agility, skill, and so you wanted to be as diverse as possible with your training. So leading up to it, it'd probably be a 2 to 3 months process where you're planning and you kind of reverse engineer the day that you compete back to like the day you start that training. So even though I'm not competing this year, I know a lot of friends that are, and so I know they're kind of in full competition mode right now.
Wow.
Are you nervous to perform in front of a big celebrity, The Rock?
Was I nervous going for those events? I
Yes.
had a little bit of nerves. I always get nervous before a competition, whether it's CrossFit, whether it's golf, whether it's in the gym, working out with my community. And I think knowing that I wanted to give my best effort, I had a little bit of butterflies in my stomach. But I also knew that he was there watching. So you want to give your best effort and make sure you come out on top for yourself and your goal. But it was a really cool experience to have him there with me for the competition.
I want to hear from you. What skill do you think is most important to have to compete in these games?
I think resilience, patience, being able to bounce back from maybe things that don't go your way, being able to change your plan and your strategy. And I think a lot of that comes down to experience over the years. I think that helped me going into the Titan Games.
Go ahead. Do you have a specific meal plan or diet to stay healthy?
So I don't follow anything specific. I usually follow a 40-30-30 percentage, meaning 40% goes to carbs, 30% goes to protein, 30% goes to fat. And that's kind of based off my macros. So I'll follow that for the past few years. There's of course the occasional like couple donuts here and there. But I allow myself that balance, which I think is really important. But making sure I get good food and having enough food to fuel my performance is really important. And I think you guys know this with all the individuals that you interview and talk to. Performance is key. So you got to make sure you're fueling yourself for that.
Right. What advice do you have for upcoming Titans game competitors?
So advice, I would say work on your story, focus on who you are and what you've built up. Obviously training is a big component, but also knowing kind of your background of you as an individual. I think The Rock and the production team that they had did a great job of casting individuals from so many different backgrounds, and they want to hear the story. So what's unique about yourself? What have you maybe gone through that has been challenging or overcoming, and focusing on that and being able to highlight and be comfortable talking about it? Because I think they created this amazing platform to share that, and they want to be able to provide that opportunity to others out there. So train hard, but also make sure that you're genuine and authentic to who you are, because that's going to come through to the interview and the video progress part of it.
Wow. Thank you for coming on our show and taking the time to interview with us. Again, this interview is sponsored by $20tie.com. Make sure you guys go check them out. And also, you can go tell our viewers where to find you on social media.
So they can follow me at 321GO G.A.U.X or the Goat Wine. We also have the wine obviously at thegoatwine.com as well. So I appreciate you guys having me on here and being able to talk to you both.
Thank you. No problem.
Of course. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys later.